guys! Welcome back to my channel. This is Little Pin Explorer, and for today's video, I will be talking about my new flat. I transferred again, and this is like my 6th address here in the UK in a span of like 3 years. I hope this is the last address before having like my own mortgage or own house. I had a bit of trouble with the previous tenant manager, so I had a lot of stress, and I'm gonna tell you everything, all the story, so that you can prevent it from happening to you as well. And how did I get to buy all these furnitures without having cash? Like, I'm so broke at the moment. But first, let me just tour you around my flat. So, ito na yung flat ko. All the furnitures here are from IKEA except the dining set. This sofa, the table, the carpet, TV stand, this one as well. I just wanted to hide utilities like my ladder and, you know, all those stuff. Tsaka dito naman yung basurahan ko. And I have a fridge. Wala lang akong dishwasher, but that's fine. And this one also from IKEA, I really love it because it's empowering. So I can reach the things in the cupboard sa taas. Ito pala yung basura nila, but it's so small. So I'm just using it for clean recyclables. And I don't use plastic bags anymore. I just go straight there and just throw it in the bin. I'll show you the outside world. Bumili ako sa B&M ng seeds. And wow, look at that. It's growing. This is like my patio. I also have plants here. Wow, so pretty. This one's given by a friend. Tsaka, yeah, so pretty. So everything here is utang. Yung TV is from Viva. I'm paying it installment for 2 years at walang interest din. And they didn't do a credit check. And that's good about Viva. That's one of the employee benefits. Moving on to my room. So this is my room. This is actually my office / bedroom. This is where I'm gonna do my sewing. This is my cricut. And if you guys wondering, where is the bed? It's actually here. This is my bedroom. And that one is from IKEA. It's actually a kitchen shelf, but I used it as a shelf for my brushes and my whatever when I'm preparing to go out. This one is from IKEA as well. You can order a door for it, but I was a bit resourceful. I decided to screw a hook in there, and I have a curtain rod from before. I have my bags in there. 2 wardrobes there. One is a 3-door and one is a 2-door. And guys, this is so heavy. According to Feng Shui, there should be a headboard, which this bed doesn't have because this is the cheapest that I could find in IKEA. So what I did, I bought a tabletop and then I painted it with a nice color. And I just put it there and it just works well. Moving on. So this is where I put my shoes and some jackets and stuff like that. And this one is a mirror. I really like the mirror. And this is my toilet. I have a bathtub. And then, yeah. So guys, if you can remember, the last video I posted was the flat, which was £1,700 per month. It was really a nice flat. It has a really good location and all that. But it was just too expensive for me. I realized that I'm not that rich. I was sharing it with my partner. But 1,700, not yet including the bills, divided by 2 is still expensive for me. It was originally a 3-year contract with a 2-year break clause. Break clause means in 2 years' time, you can move out of the flat without paying for termination fees or anything like that. As long as you tell the landlord 2 months ahead of time, or that's just an example. It depends with how the break clause was made. We got it from Marsh and Parsons. And then when we decided to see our options on how we can terminate the contract so we can move out of the flat, we were told that there was no break clause and it was just like a 3-year contract. But I remember that they actually let us sign twice I read the first contract and I signed it, and the second contract I didn't read it anymore. So okay, fine, we just let it go. What are the other options? And our tenant manager was just telling us to do a termination of the contract, which we're gonna pay for the marketing fee, the termination fee, and anything that was paid by the landlord when we started our tenancy with them. Okay, fine, termination fee, whatever, we're happy to pay for that. What I couldn't really accept, we have to pay 10% every month for the letting fees until like the end of our original contract. Even though there's a new tenant, we have to pay them this 10% until October 2024. And on top of that, if they agree on a lower monthly rent with the new tenant and the landlord, then we have to pay the difference. Hindi ko matanggap. I can't accept na kailangan kami magbayad even though may bago na. Yung jowa ko, nag-message siya dun sa sales agent namin. Nagtanong siya. Sabi naman nung sales agent, you can do change of occupancy kung willing kayo maghanap ng tenant nyo. Dun lang namin na-realize na pwede pala. That's the time na binigay na niya yung instruction sa amin. I did everything to advertise. Tapos sobrang dami kong gamit. So, I had to rent an additional storage space para I can put all the rubbish in there. Not really rubbish, pero yung mga, like, a lot of my stuff. Para yung flat namin is magandang tingnan. And then, there were a lot of people na who came to view the flat and they seemed interested. And then, the next day, may nahanap na daw sila or nag-change na sila ng mind, hindi nila kukunin yung flat. Yung mga ganun na parang we thought na may nahanap na pero hindi pala. So, it was frustrating. Nag-hire pa nga kami ng independent marketing agent kasi nagtanong kami dun sa Marsh Parsons kung pwede ba silang makatulong for us to market the flat. Sabi nila hindi kasi pag termination of contract, dun lang sila makakatulong. So, ako na lang naningkamot. I tried my very best until finally, we found an NHS doctor na he really liked the flat. We went ahead and paid 50 pounds para ma-reference check siya. Tapos, ang tagal. We were waiting and waiting for several days and then she ended up telling us na, oh, it failed. So, you have to find a new tenant. Yung reason na failed siya is because he's just about to start his NHS job in London and he's coming from Ireland. And he was really willing to pay 3 months in advance and all that. Pero hindi siya binigyan ng option na like that. So, nag-send ako ng email na this is so frustrating and blah blah blah. Out of my desperation, tinawagan ko na lang talaga yung landlord. And sabi ko, I'm so sorry to bother you but I'm just quite desperate at the moment. Luckily, the landlord was really nice. It's just they chose a really bad tenant manager. Even though the credit check failed, it's still up to the landlord to agree. Pwede niyang ma-override eh. Sabi ko sa kanya na, I saw this person personally nung nag-view siya. He seems like a good person. He seems like a responsible person. And I usually have a good judge of character. So, after like 30 minutes an hour, sabi na niya na, okay, I agree na. Nagkapermahan na and everything. Sabi ni tenant manager na, the change of occupancy is now finished. And happy na kami. And then, one day, nag-email na lang din sa akin yung landlord na sabi niya, can you just make sure na the new tenant gets the right account to send the monthly rent? Akala ko, nung nag-email na yung tenant manager na okay na lahat, na secure na din nila yung monthly payment ng new tenant. Sila yung receiver ng rent, so bakit hindi nila sinecure? Naibigay ko na ang susi and everything kasi sabi, complete na daw eh. So, hindi pa niya na-secure yung standing order ng new tenant. Standing order is like a direct debit na every month, you're gonna give this money to this account. And the new tenant, I was communicating with him, but he was really busy. And at the time, he was in Spain. Hindi niya magawa yung standing order sa phone niya. Kailangan niya ng computer. Buti naman lang din. Pagbalik niya galing Spain, ginawa niya agad yung standing order. Tapos, in-email niya yung landlord. So, dun na ako na parang nakahinga na ako na, okay, everything is okay na. Tapos, ito pa. Every email ng tenant manager is sinasabi na yung deposit daw, it's gonna stay intact. So, me, having this as a first time experience, akala ko, the deposit will still be given back to us at the end of the contract, kahit may new tenant na. Which is, hindi pala, kasi nung end na ng sign na sila, pag nakita ko doon na, yung deposit, mabibigay na doon sa new tenant. So, supposed to be pala, yung bagong tenant, Yung bagong tenant, dapat nagbigay siya sa amin ng deposit. Sinabi ko sa new tenant na, ay, sorry, akala ko nakapangalan pa lang sa amin yung deposit. Hindi pala. So, can you just give us a deposit? Sabi naman niya na, nagasto na daw niya yung money. Tapos, hindi niya alam kung anong mga damages na nagawa na namin. So, parang hindi siya masyadong comfortable to give us a deposit. So, yung ending, sabi niya, it's your money, so I'm gonna give it to you at the end of the contract when they give it to me. So, I have that email conversation na he said, it's your money. At the time, we were desperate na din. So, parang, okay, fine. Mas malaki yung magagasto namin kung nag-terminate kami kaysa sa mawala yung deposit namin. So, that's the story. Tapos, naglipad na ako sa bagong flat ko dito. I'm happy. Before, we were paying 1,700 for a 1-bed flat. And now, I'm paying 1,200 for a 2-bed flat. The location, it's not that perfect. Kailangan ko maglakad ng 12 minutes going to the train station. And the train is like 40 minutes and then another 10 minutes to walk as well. So, 1 hour and 10 minutes before my shift, dapat makaalis na ako dito. Pag hindi, then I'm gonna be really late. Tsaka dahil medyo industrial area siya, madaming mga factory, medyo maalikabok sa labas. So far, so good. You know, I feel so home. I love how it was unfurnished, that I was able to create my space to have like a bedroom and an office space as well at the same time. So for the question, by the way, how did I find this cheap flat? Because it's usually like 1,500 and up for a 2-bed flat. But I got this cheap because this is part of the London Living Rent. It is a type of affordable housing for Londoners or whoever is working in London to be able to save money for mortgage. They have a certain criteria, so not everyone can apply for this. I found this online. I just searched London Living Rent in Google and then I found Network Homes. They just do a 1-day viewing and they will not do any other day. So it's either you come or you lose your chance. And fortunately, they chose me. They usually prioritize NHS workers or the essential workers. Itong lahat ng furnitures ko na to, it's all utang with IKEA. So, merong IKEA loans. You can borrow money and pay it in installment like every month. Wala silang interest or anything. So, that's the good thing about it. Pwede kang mag-utang ng 1,000 or 2,000. For me, 3,000 pounds. And it's a 3-year monthly payment of 84 pounds. Which is not bad compared na din sa dati kong binabayaran dun sa old flat ko. Pwede ka lang pumunta ng IKEA loan website and then just submit your application. They will do a credit check. So, make sure na yung address mo is all correct and it's in sync sa mga bank account mo na mga address, even the previous address. So, whenever I pay, like I order online from IKEA, I just choose the option for like IKEA loan or Icano. That's the option there to pay for it. And yeah, pinadeliver ko to. 3 times akong nagpa-deliver kasi sobrang bigat. As in, sobrang bigat. You can never imagine gaano kabigat na hindi ko din ma-imagine na nagawa ko everything all by myself. I mean, merong mga iba na tinulungan ako ng jowa ko, pero he was busy with a lot of things, so hindi niya ako matulungan. And I was on annual leave, and I really wanted to do it as soon as I can, so yun, ginawa ko na lang siyang mag-isa. And I don't want to disturb my friends to do it for me. That's the kind of person that I am. I just don't want to bother people. But anyway, sana natuwa naman kayo sa video na ito. I will try to do more videos for you guys. There's quite a lot that I would like to do, but it's just sobrang busy. Sobrang ang tamad-tamad ko lang talaga. Pero guys, mag-upload pa ako ng madaming video para sa inyo, guys. Madaming video. Mag-subscribe lang kayo. Huwag kayong mag-alala. Oh, say bye-bye na, baby. Bye-bye!